Hello, Cancer. This is your Wheel of Fortune reading for March 2020. I'm Art Kozak for Art Kozak Tarot, and the Wheel of Fortune is a reading designed specifically to let you know where your opportunities lie for the coming month. And this can have to do with your romantic life, with your professional life, whatever the cards have for you, and whatever's going on in your life. Circumstances to look out for so that if you want to develop your life, which most of us do, you want to pursue your goals, you want to make things happen. These are circumstances for you to look out for in order to pursue them. Hopefully, some information about how best to pursue them and what that might turn into. And so, Cancer, this month I am seeing that you may be coming at things with a little bit of sadness. You might have some of you Cancers out there may just straight up have a broken heart starting out this month and through the month of March. You may find yourself, and this may have to do with breaking up. You may have gotten your heart broken, specifically, literally, through a romantic breakup. Or you may find yourself in new circumstances where you are in a new place and you are out of place. Maybe you're feeling homesick. Whatever this is, I'm going to suggest don't run from this feeling. It's time to address it. And you address it not by sitting around trying to mend your own heart, being by yourself, at least not this time, but by looking out in the world around you and looking for ways that you can improve your life. And this upcoming month, I see for you that starting out in a new place, starting out anew, especially in terms of the emotions, is going to be very hard for you, but it's going to be something that is very, very rewarding. For those of you who are coming from a broken heart romantically, who have gotten your heart broken because of a relationship, then getting out there and dating someone new or trying to find someone new or just being out in the world and presenting yourself as a single and available person again is something that's going to cause you a great deal of anxiety. Try to remember the anxiety is the problem, not what you're anxious about. In fact, this is going to be a very good and rewarding thing for you to do. So if you can get back up on that horse, as they say, do it. If you can get back out there, if you can get yourself, if you're in a new place, for instance, and you've moved to a new place, the sooner you can get out there and get active in the world, start meeting people, start being active, going to new places, the sooner you can do that, the better, because you are going to find yourself, and the results here are represented by the Lovers card. And the Lovers can represent lovers. It can represent a marriage. It can represent becoming a part of a new and very significant relationship with another person, or it can just represent a renewal of your commitment. You are going to commit yourself to something great and beautiful and good. And so, again, as soon as you can get out there, no matter, even if you're feeling down, as soon as you can get out there and get things going, do it. Again, with a call to fast action, you're going to have the opportunity probably when it comes to, and this is going to be more of a communication issue, and this is as specific as the cards are being for me right now. Communicating with other people, getting communication done, and also just engaging in kind of fast, everyday multitasking kind of issues and things that you're doing, getting things done quickly is a very good idea. It's going to lead to, again, some distress on your part. You might find yourself with, you might be sending out messages. Say if you were hunting for a new job, you may be send out resumes every day. Send them out as quick. Apply for everything. Just quickly get it done. Of course, you need to do due diligence and make sure everything's spelled correctly. But get as much as you can get done quickly, because even though you're going to find yourself a little bit in the dark, not everybody may be getting back to you. You may be doing some of these things on faith. You may have to have some faith that other people, no matter what the circumstance, that other people are understanding you and receiving your messages correctly. Going through that, you are going to then be someone who is able to take care of the petty issues of life, the petty battles we have to go through. And this is represented by the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, for me, often just represents not actual battles or arguments or disputes, not anything that has any real solid consequence, but really just kind of the petty battles we have to face in life. A lot of times, money problems can be represented by the Five of Wands, because as seriously as we take them, as life and death as we take them, very often in the grand scheme of things, our momentary money problems are not that big of a deal. It's just a matter of getting it done. And so you're going to be getting that kind of thing done. You may find yourself, because you are communicating in a very quick and rapid manner, you may find some people are miscommunicating or mistaking some of the things that you're saying, and you're going to have to correct some of that. But again, this reading is about the good and helpful opportunities for you. So you may have to have some faith through that kind of a process, but it is recommended. You are starting out, and this is a very significant thing. I think you're going to have a very brand new opportunity on the table for you, something you didn't expect, something that's going to allow you to be free and go for it, something that this is going to be totally new. And the cards are not giving me a lot more information than that. If they did, then it wouldn't be, you'd know a little bit more about it than the cards are saying. You're going to have the opportunity to just step forth and go. This may be going to a new place. This may be going to a new club or a new venue. Just go do something different with a group of people you're totally unfamiliar with. Whatever this is, it's going to make you very, very hopeful. And also, you are going to wind up with the opportunity to experience material simplicity as a consequence. You may overspend. If this is like a surprise outing that you're going to go on, you may overspend your budget, but it's going to be kind of worth it. If this is a much more major, if this is a big path in life that you're just going to go ahead and go for it with, something that you are very, very hopeful about, well, quite often taking big risks in life involve taking on some material simplicity for a while. Okay, so just watch out for that. Don't regret it too much the day after, but again, this is what the cards are saying. Again, this is about the good opportunities for you, and this might be a good way for you to get over things too. If you really are somebody who's depressed right now, you're depressed about the endings that you've had to go through to get to where you are, and just kind of reveling in your new freedom for a little bit can really be good for your soul and for your mind and for your optimism and for where you can go in the future, even if you wind up overspending that night. I'm not encouraging anyone to be irresponsible with their money, but if that happens, that next morning, tighten the belt for however long you got to do it, and look at the bright side. Look at the bright side, because the bright side is really, really bright there. Another instance in which I'm just going to have to do my best to tell you what the cards are telling me, and hopefully you can apply it to your own life. There is something that you see as potentially boring. There's something that you see as just really kind of something you don't want to do, something that's almost intolerably boring for you. You're going to be presented with the opportunity to do that. You may, because maybe because you did overspend your budget, maybe because you don't have a lot of resources to you right now. You would rather just not. You would rather just hole up and be by yourself and let this pass over, whatever it is. But if you take this on, then I see a very, very healthy completion coming for you. A very good and healthy completion to your current circumstances. Again, I'm not encouraging anybody to be financially irresponsible, but I'm telling you what the cards are telling me. Something which is very boring for you, you're given the opportunity to do it, even though you feel like you really just don't have that. Maybe it's you don't have the emotional resources to get that done, to go do that. Maybe you feel like you just don't have the emotional resources or the personal resources, the internal resources to go and take on going and doing that thing. Well, go ahead and do that thing anyway, is what the cards are saying. Because when you get that done, it's going to be like you've leveled up. It's going to be like you've just gotten a new lease on life a little bit. Look for that and try to judge it properly, because there's a lot of kind of mixed circumstances coming up for you this month. And use your better judgment as you follow the advice of the fortune teller. You are going to have the opportunity. I think you're going to be working with someone or some big institution this month. This is represented by the Emperor card in the tarot, and again, this can represent a person or a circumstance. But in this case, I think I'm more looking at a person or a person who represents an institution, like a very powerful leader in a circumstance, or just a big institution in and of itself. You're going to be feeling very defensive against this, whatever it is, this person or this institution. You're going to be, your walls are going to be up. Maybe again because you're a little hurt or a little insecure. But what I can tell you is that you are going to be gaining a victory here. You are going to be gaining a recognized victory. So I see this as the kind of circumstance in which you get called to the principal's office, so to speak, and whether it's something that simple or something more pervasive. You call to the principal's office and you're nervous as heck about it, so you've got all your defenses ready, and it turns out that you're getting some kind of praise, you're getting some kind of recognition, you're getting some kind of bonus. And so I definitely would look out for that. I would, again, the cards are saying your defenses are going to be up, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, even when you are dealing in pleasant circumstances, even in pleasant circumstances when you're dealing with powerful people. It's not a bad idea to have your defenses ready, even when they want to be nice to you. But in this circumstance, it's going to turn out, the cards are saying, they want to be nice to you and recognize some victory that you've gotten. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Be sure to refer back to this later on in the month if you feel like it can be helpful. Also, hopefully there will be weekly readings throughout the entirety of this month, so you can cross-reference this with those as well. Again, I'm Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future.